Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry. Let's try that again. Good morning, everyone. Appreciate all of you being here this morning with us as we introduce the 20th head football coach here at Southern University. I would be remiss if I didn't really quickly nod, though, to some new, other new staff members we have in the athletic department who I'd like to recognize at this time. This direction here, our new, relatively new head strength and conditioning coach, Corliss Fingers, who does a great job for us. Our head athletic trainer, Mrs. Shanti Sims. Where's Coach Walker? Bo? Okay. Bo Walker, our new head cross-country coach and assistant track coach, and Coach Jacobs. Okay, and Coach Vanessa Jacobs, and one more, Courtney Prather. Coach Prather, there you are, with the soccer team. So several new coaches, several new faces, and we encourage folks in the media and the Jaguar Nation writ large to get to know them as well. We expect them to do great work for us, recruiting student athletes to Southern University and bringing championships back to us here on the Bluff. To the business at hand today, I think the crowd here today is indicative of the expressions of support for and excitement looking ahead to the 2013 season in regards to the naming of our new head coach, football coach, Dawson Odums. Throughout the process, which was a national search, which was transparent and robust in nature, we assembled a selection committee that looked for a number of different factors, among which were focused on history and experience successfully recruiting student athletes in a very tight radius around Southern University, particularly student athletes from here in Louisiana. Someone with extensive coaching experience at the NCAA level, particularly at the Division I level with a record of success, and someone that we believed could represent Jaguar football and the Jaguar Nation from one end of the country to the other with class, with dignity, and someone who would provide inspiration through this football program and through the athletic department as the front porch in many instances to the university. Coach Odums at every level of the application process, all the way down to the final interview, which he did in person, showed me quite clearly and everyone else on our interview committee that he had all of the necessary attributes to be successful, not only as a Division I head coach, not only at Southern University, but at Southern University right now. Given the demands of the job, the expectations that we have for success with this football program, and the requirement that we have as an institution of higher education to recruit successful student athletes who we will steward towards graduation. So it's for all of those reasons, and many more personal ones, just being able to observe him this season, his interactions with our student athletes, and also the relationship building that he's done in a very short time on this campus, suggested to me quite powerfully that he was indeed the right person for the job. So at this time, I would like to introduce to all of you, well, to some of you, many of you know him already, but the 20th head football coach at Southern University, head football coach Dawson Odums. I'm nervous right now. Pretty big guy. All right, there you go. Congratulations.
First of all, let me begin by saying thank you to all of you for showing up and showing your support. I take my hat off and say a special thanks to our Chancellor, Dr. Llorens, our Athletic Director, Dr. Broussard, and our President, Dr. Mason, Board of Supervisors, and all administration and staff. Because really what this is about, it's not really about me. We're about to go on a journey that's going to take all of us. And this is our football program. It's not my football program. I'm just the head of it. And all of you play a part in it also. And I'm excited to say thank you, welcome, and let's get Southern University back to what we once knew it was. In order to do that, it's going to take me, and most importantly, it's going to take you. And we want to do this together. We want everybody to be a part of this journey. I'm not riding in the engine by myself. I'm pulling people behind me, but there's also some great people in front of me. And we're about doing one thing. Let's get Southern University back. I'm making no predictions. I'm just a hard-working country boy that loves coaching football. And we got some young men that's a part of our football program, and we got an administration that's a part of this university that's about making a change and making Southern University, once again, proud. And I say to all of you, thank you.
At this time, Coach Odums, if you can detail some of your plans for Southern University football, and then we'll open it up to questions from the media.
First of all, we're about we're in what we call the recruiting phase. As we get into the holiday season, we're into a dead period right now. But we know that in order for you to have a great football program, it's about the young man that you're trying to attract to your program. We're really focusing on the state of Louisiana. We know we got alumni in some great areas, Chicago, Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, and all over the U.S. But really, we got to change our perception in the state of Louisiana. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to recruit the local, state, Baton Rouge, and everywhere in between within a tank of gas. We're trying to find young men that are interested in Southern University. Because what we do know is that if we bring the talent of the state of Louisiana to Southern University, we also know that's going to bring some fans. And the name of the game is putting fans in the stands. We're not turning our collar down to those states that are outside our border states, but we really got to do a better job of claiming the state of Louisiana. If you look at the history of the Southern University football program, and you look at when they were winning because a lot of the talent came from the state of Louisiana. And that's what we're about, trying to bring back. And the coaching staff is really doing a great job of going up and down. I think we've been to 213 schools so far in about 13 days to get that talent back to Southern University. We're doing a great job of it. You know, the young men are receptive to us. Now that we have a head coach in place, it's about getting our offer letters out, and it's about outworking some folks during Christmas. Christmas is a time for vacation, but as the head coach, we get our one phone call a week, and I got to try to touch base with everybody that we offer and let them know that how great Southern University is and how important it is. We want them to be a part of it. And that's where we're at right now. And as we come out of Christmas, we start getting into our official visit weekends where, you know, we're going to do a lot of different things to make sure that once we get the young man on campus, they're open about coming to Southern University. We're going to throw out the red carpet. We got to show the young man that the experience that they're going to have here is a life-changing experience. And you only get so many of those in your life. This is one of mine right now. And but the good thing about it, you're going to make some decisions in life, and you only get about 3, and they usually come from what college you choose. So it's important that the young man choose Southern University. We don't know where they're going to meet their wife, but they got a great chance to meet some great women here at Southern University. So we're open and we're welcome to getting this program back by recruiting the state of Louisiana.
At this time, we'll open it up to questions from members of the media.
Coach, at this time, do you know how much of this past year's coaching staff were man tackle with you before?
Yes, right now we have about 5 of those guys that we'll possibly retain. And one thing about moving forward, you know, moving forward comes with some tough decisions. You know, it's about getting the right philosophy and the right people behind that philosophy in place. You know, the hardest thing about taking over as the interim head coach is that you got to sit down with some guys that went on this journey with you. But you also got to understand, all the players can't go on this journey, just like all the administration probably can't go on this journey. Well, all the coaches can't go on this journey neither. Change is welcome, but we're making change for one thing and one thing only, and that's to move the program forward.
Coach, I know you're a defensive guy, but what's kind of your philosophy moving forward? What do you want to see this team really resemble?
Well, one that displayed a lot of integrity, accountability, and discipline. You know, I really think on and off the field, if you possess those 3 characteristics, you got to find a young man. Not only a fine young man with his time here at Southern University, but once he departs those doors and enter the life that we know becomes real life, we also got to have a fine young man that represents us outside of this institution. And when you put those things in a young man, one thing about it, they get a great experience, but they also have a great time here. And we know that every alumni is all about giving, and we want them to give back. In order for them to do that, we got to create a great experience here. So I rest my hat on integrity, accountability, and discipline.
A lot of the talk has been about recruiting in the future, but how confident are you that you guys can win now?
Well, I'm very confident with what we got coming back. You know, I really think we got a good nucleus coming back. I think we returned about 8 starters on offense and about 8 starters on defense, and we probably played 16 at least on both sides of the ball and not 22. So we know it's a couple pieces in that puzzle that we got to put together, and remember, it is a puzzle. So it's important that we all understand that we all an important piece in that puzzle. You know, I call it the process. And my process is all about getting those pieces of the puzzle together to fit the necessary needs of moving the football program forward. And it takes some great players. We're looking at some transfers, we're looking at JUCO. We're trying to assess our immediate needs and get those young men on campus in January. We're also looking at the top talent of the 2013 graduating class and mixing those guys in there as well. But we call it at the CIA. And when I say at the CIA, what we're evaluating is academics, talent, character, intelligence, and attitude. And I really think it's some hidden characteristics and champions that we overlook sometimes. And that's what we really got to find, because there's some things about an individual that you can see, but true champions have hidden characteristics, and that's what we got to investigate and get here on Southern University campus.
Coach, about your offense, plan to keep the same offense, tweak it, West Coast offense, plan to stick with that or what?
Well, considering that we have probably one of the better quarterbacks in LCS coming back, we're going to stick to his strengths. We'll add some new wrinkles, but for the most part, we'll keep things the same. I really think that Ray Joseph should have made first team all conference. I think he put up those kind of numbers, but he didn't. He made second team, so it's a motivation for him to continue to work. But I really think we got a great guy coming back that's ready to lead our offense going forward, and we'll mix in some new wrinkles that's up to speed with what's going on in college football now. But we're really happy about what we've been doing and what we can do and what we can get better at. But it starts with Dre Joseph.
Coach, when the season ended with the Bayou Classic, how comfortable were you with the notion that you would be sitting here today? And how do you respond to the idea that some people may have that you were kind of the fallback hire?
Well, you know, really, it's what I've been saying all along since I was named the interim head coach. I concern myself with the things that I can control. And those things that I can't control, I don't really worry about, you know, because even if I worry about them, I'm not going to affect the outcome. So that's how I try to teach the young man, that's how I try to teach our staff. We in full control of the things that we can control, and we try to do the best with that. But the things we can't control, you know, I can't control, you know, what you're writing. I can't control how people feel. But what I can control is what product we put on the field. And that's what we focus on. And, you know, that's what I'm about. You know, I don't look back, and I answer that question 100% of the time the same way if you ask it. I'm in full control of the things that I can control, and what I can't, I don't worry about.
How confident were you that you were going to be the next head coach from the entire, since you were named interim?
Well, I look at the pattern that's been here since I've been here. You know, I came here as a defensive line coach. You know, I believe in blessings. You know, I came here as a defensive line coach. Coach Mitchell awarded me the opportunity to become the defensive coordinator. There I was promoted again. Well, opportunity presented itself after the Mississippi Valley State game for me to be the interim head coach. So I was promoted again. So I really believe that I was on course. My purpose was being fulfilled. You know, I had no idea that I would be in any of those situations. But if you look at the pattern that was in front of you, you can always say, you know, I'm a man of God. So I believe that God had a purpose for me, and He's fulfilling it right now. So I had all the belief that I was going to be the head coach. I just need the opportunity.
Now, when you said you're a man of God, that really kind of touches my heart, because I'm also a man of God. What I'd like to ask you, as I watch some of the teams, particularly Arkansas, their offensive line seems to be a lot bigger than we were. We seem to have gotten deep in a lot of areas on the offensive line. Is that a concern of yours that we maybe go out and get bigger offensive line?
Well, you know, I really, you know, when you look at it on paper, we have just as big of an offensive line as most of the teams that we're going to play against. What we really got to focus on is getting those offensive linemen playing better, getting them playing a little bit more nastier. And I really believe that is the emphasis that we're placing on. We're also addressing that need in recruiting. We're recruiting some offensive linemen, you know, 6'4", 6'5" guys, because we understand size has its place in football. So, you know, but really, we got a lot of guys coming back. We lose one senior offensive lineman, and we played a lot of offensive linemen this past season. So it's about getting those guys confident and getting them better. And really, you know, since you're a man of God, so you know about David and Goliath. So, you know, sometimes it doesn't matter how big you are, but it's the fight in the dog. So we got to get our little ones fight just as hard as our big ones.
I'd like to reserve all questions for members of the media. At this time, we'd like to open up questions for either Dr. Broussard or Dr. Llorens.
Dr. Broussard. I'm so sorry. I'm okay. Nobody's saying anything so long. I have a question, Dr. Our coach has been so good in defense. Do you think you could find someone that can replace him? Somebody that good? Because he's very good.
Media, you've been trumped. That's the best question I've heard all day. You know what? I believe very strongly in delegation. You know, when you think about the many things an athletic director has to focus on, one of the things that we're charged with is putting the right leaders in place and then delegating some of those tough decisions away. So I'm going to leave Coach Odums with the tough responsibility of replacing himself. One thing though that and Coach will tell you this, you know, every year, you know, the whole point is to go out and recruit better than what you got. You know, and so we've got an opportunity right now in assembling our coaching staff, you know, to do just that, to put together the best assistant coaching staff that he can. But under his direction and leadership, I expect that we'll continue to improve on the defensive side. So, very good question.
At this time, we'll move on to closing remarks by Dr. James Llorens. At the conclusion of the press conference, ladies and gentlemen, we will have a meet and greet for Coach Odums on the 3rd floor of the A.W. Mumford Fieldhouse in the club suite at 12 noon. So, Dr. Llorens.
Thank you, Chris. I really wasn't intending on making any closing remarks, but I just want to take this opportunity to say that I really appreciate the job that Dr. Broussard did in this search process. It was open, it was transparent. I told him early on that I would go with his recommendation because I trusted his judgment in that respect. I'm very pleased with his choice. I know that Coach Odums has demonstrated to me over the course of this year where he took over under difficult circumstances, the kind of strength he had, the kind of respect he brought in from the players. So truly appreciate it. I think it's an excellent choice. Looking forward to a very successful season and head coaching career from Coach Odums. So I just want to thank him, welcome him permanently now into the Southern University Jaguar Nation as head coach. We're looking forward to a great season, looking forward to a great football team. And don't only mean that in terms of wins and losses, but in terms of what these young men are going to bring to Southern University in terms of the classroom and what they'll bring to the university when they graduate and leave. So that's it. I think it's, I'm excited. I think we're going to have a great season. I urge everybody in the Jaguar Nation to come forward and get ready and get prepared for an exciting and rewarding football season this coming year.